currently on top.
Indeed, we head into it south side up towards the north, very central on the playing path here. Most people can get where they need to be. You are going to be out a little bit early though if you want to get that looting under control. So some of our teams towards that north side will be out slightly late. It's it was almost a little bit sad going into this game because I think we were having a good discussion there, man. I felt like we were having a good time.
Yeah, we can let Kalaris rest a little bit. His voice and nose is sniffling just a little bit. So now we can continue the talk. We can continue the ideas now that the guys are looting. Let's see, though, if we have some time to talk or if we're going to have some contests towards some cars, towards some spots that the teams might be hot dropping. I don't think it's likely. Everlong also getting uncontested. Picardo is absolute insanity, if you ask me. But yeah, maybe it's not worth it. If they're just going to hot drop and sit in corners with shotguns and just wait it out for 15 minutes, nobody's going to want to do anything with that, right? So that's the sad thing for it. But so far, it looks pretty calm and collected here for the majority of things.
Yeah, you know what? I'm in love. I'm actually in love. This is amazing. It's the first time I've actually seen people just be like, Picardo's great and all. I don't want to do the do-si-do inside the apartments. I just don't want to deal with it. It's not worth it. It wastes a lot of time. And I've never ever seen it where game one people just give up on it straight away. They didn't even test it, so I'm very pleased to see it. We do get a southern circle on this one, so most teams are getting out early on this plane aren't too unhappy with this. They get looted nice and early, can start moving. It does mean like the outskirts of Los Leones might get a little bit contested when we get to phase 2 if we do head over towards that north side. But overall, yeah, your likes of No Slag, Team Nemesis, PGG, quite pleased with how this is all panned out. But it is the big team, VP, who are dead central right now.
Yeah, if it wasn't for them getting a little bit of great games in the first one here, it continues. But it's difficult though. Los Leones home turf circles is not really anything to talk about. It's mostly the great loot and the great connection to the majority of the map here, unless we go all the way north or northeast, obviously. But still, for them to start like this here is obviously huge. If they get another big banger game here, it's almost doomed. There's going to be one spot to fight for once we get to the finals, and we don't want to see that already. We want to see them dunk in the lobby, but we want to see them see some other teams compete too.
Make it exciting. There he is. It's El Diablo. He does have a bit of a hellish throat right now, but like we said, we're letting him rest. We've put him in his coffin, we've closed the lid, and we'll get him out later. In about 23 minutes, let's say, Avenger. We'll put the timer on.
The vampiric joke is on reference and on point for the actuality of his playing style right now. I like that. A little bit of steps, a little bit of vampiric games, and then, him putting to sleep the Dracula himself in Kalaris. But yeah, obviously great here with how the game's shaped up here. But talk to me about what do you think the great conversation was, and let's talk a bit more about that as we point out what's happening on screen here, because the rotations are going to be happening. The majority of the teams on the northern side are going to have to get in.
And it's just quite nice, isn't it, right? Where you have the 3 games beforehand last week, and then you get to really talk about a lot of these teams' tendencies and how they like to play. And it really does come back to Hive, because I think we even brought it up last week where we were saying that, yeah, they get towards that late game, but they never really fully take control. And I think that's one of the big difficulties a lot of these cup teams are going to fall into. Versus some of these bigger squads like Na'Vi, Twisted Minds, Virtus Pro, is that if you give them mints, they're going to take a mile every time.
Right.
Which is a real problem. And I think that for the cup teams, they need to start speeding things up a little bit. It is a massive change of pace for them, though. Absolutely. Because last week it's a bit of a mad dash to get in. Teams are constantly researching where teams are going, what the rotational paths are. Here it's a bit more set in stone, which is why I do think teams that have played on the international level start to thrive a bit more, because this is sort of their home turf, right? Yeah,
I completely agree. The craziest thing to me of Everlong getting both Picardo and Pachinki is that they're technically the 16th team. They were third in our third day, and that's the 3 teams that got through, right? So them being able to get 2 of the most central locations on the 2 most played maps is absolutely wildness to me, but good thing for them. Let's see if they can capitalize on that. Here is UL coming in from the Impala side here, somewhat high prior to some of their spots to come in. Adus is already on the front here. Rox is going to be able to grab a coup. I do love myself some coops. It's great. Get my skins on there. What's your favorite coupe skin?
I
What do you
like
like
it.
most? The Porsche.
I do like a Porsche. I went with the Aston, I believe.
Aston's great too. Yeah, the
yeah,
Vantage.
that's the one I go with. I got the silver one, but it's probably because it's the only one I own. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I'm always looking for it.
Yeah, always trying to. I think you're more of a Eve skin enjoyer, though.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That does look great. I've seen some.
Have
playing
you?
I've seen some the max rank, and I'm just like,
No way.
You're crazy. Yeah, some
Yeah.
of the guys that play a lot in rank, obviously committing a lot of time and effort, so they gotta have that.
That's true.
but,
I'd have to beg Crafton, essentially. That's the only way I'm getting the skin.
Please.
Please.
Do you have some sort of code for Blank? he needs an Eve skin, guys. No, I don't think that's happening.
No, probably not.
You gotta turn on the stream and get going in there, and then see if you can apply for partner at one point.
That's not happening either, I don't think. I'd just beg for an Eve skin. That's about as far as I go.
That's fair enough. All right, Resort down here with no slack in the Finnish squad. Good to see Scavin here. Good to see Sata. James pointed out that they're able to play extremely well here, and yeah, Sata did do extremely well. Scav too, obviously, were able to do extremely well for their games and how they're able to play in day one. Sata had, I think, the most kills in 13 kills in 5 games, so it's good to see. I hope he can be able to continue that a little bit. Which was crazy because the rest of his team was nowhere near him. He got 13. Then the rest of the guys got 4, 2, and 3. So no slack were hard carried by Sata. So really going to be cool to see. And that, I mean, something like this, the PNC selection for the different countries now that Finland is in, is going to end after PC's over as a whole. So we're obviously going to have another playoff week. We're not going to have the last finals. So. But that performance is definitely going to not go unnoticed for No Slack and the guys.
Oh, you see, this is like the PNC trials. Oh, we got Team Comms as well from a
It's a glider here, Chris. Perfect. Okay, that makes our life a lot easier.
UK representation here for you.
I'll loot this compound.
I have a
like
model
that.
with 3 shots in it, if someone wants it.
Oh, he's ready.
I've space in my
for
trunk.
anything.
Curious what.
These guys are coming in very late, by the way. They are northeast side.
That's why we have so much time for team comms. We can listen to them drive for 2 minutes because they're not going to go to any fights for the next 2 minutes. But yeah, this is very Ascent. It used to be Rexco and the guys that obviously were on point for this, so it's cool to see these guys here. They have some ideas and plans, and they obviously know where
Do we have X like gas
Everlong's
gun?
landing
I have
for
a gas
Picado,
cannon, yeah.
but they don't know that Everlong's
drop it on the
already on the
glider.
southwest side of Los Leones. They know where the team's from,
still
so that's
here?
obviously something that's crucial here for when you rotate.
Yeah, seen.
But yeah, it's good to see this new
I'm gonna
lineup
go
for
south.
Ascent. Always been a fan of the Ascent club as a whole, but it's awesome to see this new lineup. But them being in first shot here, they're able to make it from day one or from day 2, sorry, with how well they're able to play.
Yeah, it looked like there was a chance for them in day 1, I think.
It was close.
Yeah, if that Everest play had gone a little bit better, I don't think they let Care off the leash quick enough. I think that's the point where you've just got to send it. Where you got 2 targets in front of you. It's like it's still a low chance you take both down before someone switchbacks on you. But you got to take that chance at the end of the day. I think it was that or they went down. But you're right. I mean, they still got in a pretty dominant fashion on day 2, so it was absolutely all okay. I'd love to see a little bit more from this team coming into the finals. I actually really like their gameplay, and whenever we do hear their comms, I think they're one of the more pleasant teams to listen to in terms of just camaraderie.
UK guy.
Right? It might be the UK representation. I'm not sure, but it does feel like they all enjoy playing with one another. And that's always nice to hear, which keeps the comms clear as well. Which is something I did want to double back on with VP. It is incredible, like listening to multiple teams' comms at the end of that game and listening to VP. They are so clear on what their approach is going to be. That team is very well oiled.
Yeah, they know exactly what to point out, what to talk about, and when to talk about it. And that's, I think, one of the most hidden skills you actually have in PUBG is the comms. Like if you have clean comms, accurate comms is something that you really can benefit from here. Next circle popped. It's kind of on the southern side of Las Lonas here. A lot of teams already moving into position here. VP trying to get some of the more southern side here from especially the intersection and the compounds close to the big warehouse. They might have a fight with Starry Sky just shortly, so we might be able to tune into that. Perfectix also taking some shots here towards Everlong and Verse Story. Yeah, I completely agree. It's always great to hear this. Oh, Nitro finds Nixie. That's one of the big fraggers from the last game gone down here. Nitro swings around and actually engages kind of hot. Hits the car just a little bit. Nixie might go down completely here. Correctly disengages completely fight here. Smart, if they don't feel like they have the upper hand in this fight here, have some sort of an advantage to kind of disengage themselves from this. But
The guys on Verse Pro, oh, that is unfortunate. That's from Hive as well. I think that they dropped in off the back of an E pickup as well. So that is a very fast bit of revenge there from last game. But you're right. I think for VP, that was the correct decision. Just disengage. You got a central spot. It's likely getting further towards the end of the game. It's just crazy. You get backfilled from the sky. The shoots did come in thick and fast. So now Hive will be holding on as Beamy attempts to keep them at bay. Oh. What a shot, though, over towards Mogot.
He set him down. I know they know Hive. Yeah, they saw the knock was on Hive as well from the third party. So now it's just going to push through, see if they can commit to this. Correction goes down as well. Beamy's alone. It's going to try to get some info here. Nate does a lot of damage, down to 30 HP. Immediately goes for the first aid, waits to see him. Finds one, rocks is down. Beamy goes down too. Oh my god, Dante down to 19 HP. He almost 1v3'd them, giving them a little bit too many of the 1v1 fights here. The good push for the refrag came in for Dante. And they're going to go for a quick res on Mogul. Vitality heard that. They saw that. The knocks and the flushes coming in through, so they know that they're going to be able to capitalize on this just a little bit.
It's Bad Bazooka back at it again. It's got the Panzerfaust ready to go. Oh, creep his way into the building. But yeah, this is a very good pickup from Team Vitality. Very quick on the trigger there. Took what they saw from the kill feed, like you said. Moved down here, got the player from Virtus Pro on the backside there, and then just slowly pushed forward. The position that ideally Hive would have loved to have grabbed for themselves after they'd taken and cleared out the rest of VP. Now Team Vitality's instantly in there. So very quick to move into this position on the balls of their feet this game, which is great to see. But this did move a little bit further south down from Los Leones. Which I'm okay with. I do find Los Leones circles sometimes a little bit messy.
Oh, that was quick. That was real quick to get that 1%. Much Chris and the guys. Just down to a 3-man here. More shots come in from Boss. It's actually a Marshall. Finds Phil first. Damage done onto Molotov as well. He's down to 25 HP. Have to pick him up and get him safe here. Now, with how everything is kind of evolving, and with the zone popping in just a second here, the teams on this southeast side here, they're going to have a lot of teams to go through, especially if it goes away from them, or if it goes even anywhere on the northern side here. Next circle did pop. And with where we're going and how everything's kind of evolving close to Los Leones, a lot of the southern teams going to have to make moves.
Yeah, I mean, this has worked out fantastically well for Team Vitality, right? But Bushido Wildcats are making a break for it over towards the eastern side. You can already see that they've got 2 players across. Team Vitality's having none of it, though. They're instantly taking pot shots towards them, puffing their chest out just a little bit. Navi's happy to sit on the sidelines, but you're right. For a lot of those players on that southeast side, this is a tough approach, you know, uphill, through fields. It's awkward. I think there's a lot of angles that you might not be quite aware of either. Team Nemesis currently still sporting this 2-2 split right now, but neither is super dedicated to where the zone might go. I think they're ideally now just waiting for the next phase, really. I don't know how likely it is they'll give up this split. I think unless they're forced out from where Melman and Diffex is, they'll likely just keep this until next phase.
A lot of unplayables in play still here. I could see this zone kind of ending up towards where Twisted Minds is, unless we see a deep shift here. But yeah, could see it going a little bit west. We'll see how kind of that evolves. Though Starry Sky in a great spot here. Kind of a last-minute team to come in and do quite well here. It's cool to see with IMA obviously PNC from last year, Swedish roster, Vatso doing good. The Belgium star himself, Silas, I saw he's struggling with trying to find players to play the qualification with for the Belgium lineup for PUBG for ENC. But yeah, we'll see how that evolves. So they've had a lot of players in the past, but they've gone through and either retired or done some other stuff.
It's an old man's game now. That's what PUBG is. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Kalaris is playing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah.
Mark Powers is playing it. He's old as well.
Oh, the other 150-year-old vampire. That's correct. Yes. Yeah, I think things do slow down a little bit right now, just like all of our joints. Over towards the circle. Most teams just waiting things out. Navi is peeking over. They're taking a sniff at what's coming next.
Look at SAUL here playing. I have to point out, as Everlong takes shots at them, some damage done to them, not connecting here from Versary, but they have an itch as well from that northwestern side, and I actually think it kind of could go well for them. Bestluck finds lots of damage onto Versary here. Saints in the distance, Nate goes out. That's a great find here from Bestluck, turns around, gets it. Confirmation is going to come through for SAUL here, but they're on this northwestern side, and it might come their way, we'll see. Next circle is going to pop. It does go west here. Look at that. Twisted Minds. They had an idea all along that it's going to go on this northwestern side here. They're locking down two of the greater compounds. And now the majority of the southern side and resort teams is going to have to make moves.
I mean, Bushido Wildcats instantly double back, and for obvious reasons. Much better position to be in. Na'Vi, though, is going to make a bit of a send here for themselves across the road as SAUL know they need to start getting a move on. They have just found a perfect position to get in towards the circle. They don't really want to give it up too soon. It is strange, like, where Everlong has been playing and who they thought they were going to catch. I mean, they did see SAUL, but I think for SAUL, they thought they were going to make that cross and no one be there. It was a bit of a sneaky maneuver from them. Sadly, they do run to Everlong, which slows them down on this cross in towards the circle. But you're right, Twisted Minds, this is a fantastic spot to play. A lot of teams went around here. There's quite a lot of open ground in that area anyway. So they could hold this 2-2 split for a little while, which is a huge amount of space to be taking control of.
I really don't like the 2-2 split from Bushido Wildcats for multiple reasons. It's very, very easy to crash, and if you don't lock it down easily, then it's going to be hard. As I say, that Ares and Justice does go down here. Lots of damage done to Ascend, and they go down. No Slack, and it's mainly Sata and Stay that gets the top end of things here for No Slack.
I mean, you're right. TMO did try and rock up, but
they reinforced.
Good reinforce. Not only that, there was a great Panzerfaust as well. We didn't quite see it on screen, but I think that was the big thing that kept them in the picture. But I do think you're totally right. That 2-2 split was a little bit dangerous. It's some good skill to get that Panzerfaust off, which opens up a lot of space and a lot of time to work with there on out. But that could have easily also gone just as wrong, right?
Yeah. Could have indeed. As we see Nemesis fighting with Boars here. But hello, my bad, with another Panzerfaust. Mogor goes down. Mogor finds a shotgun, but Quizzy finds a shotgun too, and Hive here. Vitality getting a few kills to come their way. Hitman goes down, and that's TMO out in 13th place. With 2 points in 2 games for TMO. It's just not enough for them.
It's a very, very slow start. Really not quick out the gate at the moment for them. Team Nemesis, though, they had not the greatest of games last match. They were able to get some stuff done with Diffex living quite a while in, but I think still he only was getting 1 point off the back of that. I think Team Nemesis is not used to as many teams holding as many angles. Usually they have a lot of space to play with in the early game, especially when they're coming in from so far outside the circle. But more and more teams are happy to hold you out now if it means more points, and teams are confident to do that, just like Virtus Pro. So for Team Nemesis, this is going to be a little bit test now. Game 2, at least for me, on the eye test.
Eye test?
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at him. I'm testing
Yeah.
with my eyes. Yeah.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that you had that ability to just look at it and test it. You know, an instant test.
Yeah, it's
I like that.
little centrifuge in the eyeballs. You know, I sample them.
Do you do physically turn the eyeball around? Oh,
Yeah,
Diffix
yeah.
finds multiple on balls here. That's
Looking
huge
good.
for Nemesis. They take control of this southeast side here. That's actually a huge blank. Starish guys holding on to that compound in the middle here. Twisted Mind is trying to lock out that northern side, but then they're gonna sweep and take control of that west. Sosa finds Sloyd Jacket. Quizzy steals the kill. Presenti tries to go do a pull-up here, but takes damage, swaps in. Sees he can do some damage onto it. Oh my god, Melman finds him, and the help comes in from Diffix too. Nemesis find multiple, and they get this game 2 started quite easily.
That is a wonderful wrap from them. Unfortunately, now they have to deal with Team Vitality, who has swung round on the sidelines as the song goes down. Defense though, great shots for the MK12 into the flush. Gedrox goes very, very low here. Team Nemesis actually holding out. This has been a difficult hold for them as well. Not easy, but they are holding on here, Avenger.
Yeah. And having obviously lost one player, Levante is a big player to lose. Now, Twisted Minds takes a fight onto SZUL. Filthless going down here. Nemesis really trying to hold out this aggressively. They want to be this only team from this spot here. Stay It finds Gedrox. Diffix finds Hello My Bad earlier. And they're going to be saving Melman. And I think they're going to end on double digits quite easily with 30 teams, or 30 players alive with 10 teams left here. That is massive for them. That's the Nemesis we know and love that we saw in the Cups. Had so many points that they didn't need to play the last week of it. So there's confirmation coming in here on Gedrox. That's the 10. Oh my god, Diffix with the Groza. Almost 1k damage already here. Gets the confirmation potentially here on boosting. He finds, so much damage done.
It's so funny how instantaneous the pickup was over towards Boostic, and then he struggles on the flush, but he did drop to the ground, get behind a little bit of cover.
He had no reload. He has 26 bullets in the barrel. Not a lot of bullets for the MK12 as well. They're going to have to loot here. State has some, so he can put some suppressive fire out here. Sosa has to disengage this fight here. Next turtle is going to pop as well. Vatso finds Melman here. Starish guy comes out aggressively to make a push onto Nemesis here. Not too much damage done. Double nade into the smoke. I love the fake nade here, or fake smoke from Diffix, but look at that. More nades comes through here, like the utility usage from Starish guy. And now Nitro has gone down to stay it. Is it worth to commit to this fight? But then this big circle actually came to Starish guy. They could get the points and get the southern side locked down, but yeah, they're gonna have to fight Nemesis and Navi potentially later on.
Yeah, I think slightly worried about teams getting up over towards this warehouse because it's quite a large area. You could try and get on the backside of this one. Team might be able to slip in. So for Starish guys, maybe just leave Vatso here on the roadside. Takes a quick peek. We'll move on back. But for Team Nemesis, it has been non-stop action. You're right in the terms that a lot of the utility quite low, ammo count quite low. There is a fair few death crates around the area though, so they should be able to resupply. It's just getting a little bit tight on time with the circle starting to move in and having to cross the road. So what do they do next? Because it has been constant onslaught. Either way, they do hold out in a very difficult area. And you know, the eye test, the samples come back good. It's come back looking good.
I like that. The centrifuge and the eyeball coming out, proving that this is worth a while here. Quizzy with Vitality getting 5 and some potential placement points. He's gets spotted here by Celtic. Spiro finds it as well. That's another point to go their way. And we're into the top 8 here now. All the teams get 1 placement point for their contribution towards the late game here. 27 players and 8 teams. Twisted Minds now trying to take this northwest control I was talking about to sweep along this high ground ledge. But they're going to have to take on this. The question is, how long is this fight going to take, and can they survive for long enough?
This is roll up here a little bit tough in terms of where they can throw the utility. It's only a few places they can really play that. No way! He gives them the rocket boosters and gets shot straight out the back of it. Oh my days! What was that?
That was the oh my god, shots coming in. Scav finds one. Perfectic's gone down here. Kovalevi on the high ground. Nate come out. Oh, that hit perfectly to go up. It's unfortunate for that Nate to come through now. More shots and more damage is coming in here. Sata finds some Nate damage. Utility being committed here on the western side with The Noslack trying to finish this fight up quickly. IXE has a spot, has an angle. Scav trying to go a little bit for the disengage. They obviously want to kind of hurt them a little bit away to make sure they don't sweep and continue on this edge here. Noslack has space to go back into this next zone. And next zone pop is in 20. Batso tries to take some mortar fire towards Na'Vi meanwhile, though, here. Let's see what happens with this one, Blank.
It's a fair bit of damage. He's tickled by the blue as well. We'll have to walk away. That one's a little bit too far. And how many more are left?
Oh,
that
that's an
nade
eight.
could be good.
Oh, that's an 8 too.
It's on his face. It's a double from Stade. Now looks to finish it off. They do need to cross this road. These nades are a little bit too long, a little bit too short. Molotov's now been sent in. They're sending everything that's in the back pocket. Santa's coming and all he's got is utility. Team Nemesis got to figure out how they want to make this push. Vazo on the other side. Starry Sky know they're here. Giving it a little bit of time here to Ferris. Dropping the stun grenades. Keeping him at bay. Might double back here, but this blue zone will start to move in shortly. And look if they can get a full reset on this one. You do wonder if Team Nemesis even have much utility left or if that was everything.
I mean, that would have been worth to commit all your utility for 3 kills and a placement point. That's 4 total points. But keeping the smokes is obviously the crucial one here because they need to smoke the lines and the openings on the warehouse where Starry Sky is. And now the reset fully happened here for Na'Vi. Na'Vi's going to sweep on the northern side ridge for Starry Sky, and they are going to be pounded on from multiple angles, both from Na'Vi and from Nemesis eventually here because they have to cross the road. The circle's not in on this southern side. Celtic also finding some example, finding Crossberg here. Look at the sweep on this spot here. They've got this ridgeline I was talking about earlier.
And those start taking some shots, but this is a really nice spot. You need to drop a smoke here. You can start pushing in over towards Bushido Wildcats. Already finding an initial knock is massive. The nades start to come in. It's long arcs on this one. Send it over the top. It is a 4-man, but a bit of shrapnel. Not any knocks going through, but still a lovely nade to be sent across. I'm going to try and line up another. The first 8 hits are still coming through. Perfectix almost down here. Immediately you need to start grabbing him, picking him up.
That's some absolute insane utility here from Bushido Wildcats. And they're pinned.
We've got the tennis court nets in front of us as well. And right now it's one love to Bushido Wildcats. They have been really sending some bangers their way. Team Nemesis Diffex. It's good usage of the emergency cover flares. Giving some capability to get across the road. But what a shot from Nitro. Very quick, almost like a side swipe. So said, needs to get something done here. We'll find the revenge pick off over towards Nitro. Stade has to stay alive. Try and... I think Diffex might be just going down here unless he can crawl himself in.
It's been fun as well. Sat that with them 249. Down to just so set. They have 12 kills though into the top 6. That's huge. Kovalevi gets the confirmation on Stade. Nitro gets the confirmation onto Diffex with the bleed out. Code Marco gets Patulins. Spyro finds Silas here. Now it's the Starry Skies. They're gonna have to try to defend this warehouse here, getting pounded from multiple angles. And so set, look at that. That's great play here from Noslack. Controlling the entirety of this southern side here. Staying 4 guys alive here. And look at that. Satsa 3, Scav 2. And they're on 5 kills and top 5.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's been done in by that position multiple times in the past. So they give it 2 blue zone grenades just to be sure. A little bit of a resupply there for Kovalevi. Yeah, 4 first aid kits ready to go for these final engagements. But we do have quite a lot of stacked teams in this one. Most are on 3 players. Noslack the only team with 4 as the circle does come down towards this south side. Keeps this warehouse in, but very, very fun area to be finishing up our game. Shots from Hakatori. Na'Vi at the most risk right now. I mean, what can they do? It's such a difficult push for them.
Difficult for Twisted Minds to get across, but they make it happen here. Example and Luke have to get a smoke out. Have to get a little shield out. That's actually huge. Doesn't have a helmet. 34 HP. Sata finds Fairest. Scaff finds Perfectix. He was left to make some points onto Bushido Wildcats, but it didn't happen here. Code Margo finds the confirmation onto Perfectix. That's a good steal away from the knock here. Medvedev finds Hakatori. Kovalevi finds Celtic here, and there's so much fights happening, and it's mostly Na'Vi. It's on the receiving end here. Oh,
No
Example
way.
finds Medvedev. That's huge.
That's a crazy shot from
Oh!
example. Not sure how it
IXC.
happens, but yeah, IXC. Lovely nade. Will take down Twisted Minds. Now drops us into No Slack versus Starry Skies here.
Huge game for them. 24 points already. If No Slack wins blank, they could take over first place and open qualifier team, a cup team to come in. With this sort of domination here is kind of unheard of. Obviously, it's very, very seasoned players, very experienced players here, but then again, can they lock this out? And the vast majority of the circle advantage goes to No Slack, obviously. Survivability is crucial, and being 4 alive versus 3 is massive. Starry Sky have used so much of their utility. Batso here is only 2 stun grenades.
This will be a big result from Starry Skies if they can win this out, but it's really a question versus No Slack, who have been on a bit of a meteoric rise as we go through the Cups and now into the PEC. Very, very impressed so far. Good shots from the sidelines from Scav, and Starry Skies barely peeks out before they start taking shots at. Silas, close range weapon, but your P90's down already, and that is a big loss for the squad.
Sata.
1 player left remaining, like you say. Sata with the M249, making big noise in the lobby, and No Slack will take over VP in game 2.
Unbelievable scenes here. An open qualifier, a cup team from Finland, No Slack coming in here to take a win. The second game of our PEC Finals Day 1 here. 22 points to come their way. Obviously VP going out early here, but still, that is massive for them. The consistency from this team is unreal.
Yeah, it's been good. It has been very, very good. I mean, No Slack has just been going from strength to strength so far, Kalaris. And it's been great to watch, honestly, from beginning to now.
Is Finnish PUBG truly back? That's my question. I think that if No Slack keeps doing what they're doing, I think a certain Finnish ENTS organization might come knocking on the door, and we might get them back in PUBG sometime soon, because wow, what a performance from them, not only in the playoffs, but also here in this final game. Number 2 goes their way. Martin, the bloody Finland, oh my god.
They're back. The ghosts of Jimty and Zamty. They're in the distance saying, yeah, let's do it again. But it's obviously huge here. Obviously, Scav with some experience there. They could that car, by the way, to be exploded in the direction that it was driving already was amazing. I almost lost it while casting here.
We lost Kalaris? Where's Kalaris gone?
Yeah, I think so. You're supposed to say,
No,
yeah,
I'm here.
that's
I'm here.
exciting.
I have a
Maybe he's-
certain yappy dog in the background going crazy, so
Oh,
that's why.
yeah, don't worry about it.
She saw
fine.
the flying car and she was like, that's a tie.
Yeah, precisely.
That's a tie.
Continue,
Yeah.
Blank.
Okay. I mean, we weren't playing Rocket League. We are playing PUBG, just to assure everyone of what's going on here.
Okay.
But it certainly looked like it in that moment. But No Slack, what a team. I do think that so far Sata has been very much stepping up to the plate. I believe that IXC also has a lot of strength in him and was able to showcase a little bit during this game. I think when we get No Slack firing on all cylinders, every single player playing at max potential, this is a very fearsome squad. And I think that is the difference maker between